Amazon is the pathway to lots of other income streams beyond just straight up selling. That's what I'm going to talk to you about in this video, and to help me do that I've got my trusty whiteboard. It has been quite a while since I've done a whiteboard video, so I had to make a comeback. The ring light is going to potentially glare on it a little bit, but don't worry, I'll hold it close to the screen at certain points and move it around so you'll be able to see what exactly it is that I am writing. So as I say, there's lots of other ways that we can make money in the Amazon area without directly just selling on Amazon. Of course, selling is at the heart of what we do, which is why I've got selling in a little heart right there in the middle of our tree. And there's a bunch of branches that come off of this. Now, some of the additional ways that we can make money are lower tier, some of them like mid tier, some of them are very high tier. So like these ones would have a lot of demand, and it's definitely not something that you could do like a couple of months after you've started selling on Amazon. We're talking about you've been in the game for many years, but there's things that you can do in a relatively short time span after you've started selling. And then things that are for a little bit later down the line, than things that are obviously, as I say, a lot further down the line. So let's start with what I would class as lower tier. When I say this, by the way, it kind of sounds a little bit bad, but that's not my intention whatsoever. It just means that these things are very easy to do. These things are that, require that bit more from you, and then the higher tier things requires a lot more from you. So the first thing that I have on one of our branches is this. So I'm just going to write this down. You can be an affiliate. You can be an affiliate for lots of different things. So you could be an affiliate for software. Profit Protector Pro, that has an affiliate program. Lots of softwares do, not just softwares, but there's lots of courses, mentorships and so forth where they will have some form of affiliate program. I mean, to be fair, just in general, lots of companies out there have some form of affiliate program. Like affiliate marketing is something that you can definitely do outside of Amazon very easily as well. Obviously, if you are planning on sharing your affiliate links and so forth with people, it helps to know what you're talking about. So if you're an affiliate for stuff that you know of, for stuff that maybe you use yourself or you know a lot about, then obviously that's going to help you out big time, because then you can really provide value to people, and that obviously helps get your affiliate link and so forth across. So you can become an affiliate. Okay, there's lots of ways to become an affiliate on, for example, for the softwares in the Amazon space, for the courses, mentorships and so forth. Anyone that has an affiliate program, usually the affiliate programs are somewhere towards the bottom of the websites and so forth. That's usually where they put them. So you can become an affiliate. Our next point is this one, which I'll show you now. Content creation. Okay, you can get into that super easy. It's a lot easier than what people would assume. Some people think that you have to have a really fancy setup and professional microphone, studio lighting, and the very best recording software, but you don't really. Some of the best YouTube videos out there are actually just recorded with a phone landscape, and if you are recording on a phone, it has got to be landscape for YouTube, otherwise it's not going to look so great. But obviously for TikTok, Instagram, things like that, obviously you can just record normally. But you can get into content creation. Obviously this isn't something that's monetizable straight away. In terms of getting paid for views, you have to have quite a lot of views, and I also think you have to have quite a lot of followers as well on a number of the platforms in order to even monetize your videos. But content creation is a great way to promote other things that will make you money. So for example, content creation and becoming an affiliate and affiliate marketing go hand in hand. That is the best way to get yourself out there and to get out there whatever it is that you want to promote. And it becomes a lot easier to get your affiliate links and so forth out there and share good stuff with people. And obviously you build up that rapport with your audience, and boom. So they go hand in hand, and they don't take too much to get into. So that's why they are on our lower tier. Now let's get on to some of the mid tier stuff. So we actually might need a couple more branches because a few more things have just sprung to mind. So I'm going to put on an extra 2 branches, and hopefully I can fit everything writing wise. So we are going to start off with this one. Now, don't hate me for saying this, but courses, okay? Courses seem to get a bit of a bad rep in the Amazon space just because there are some individuals out there, there's some courses out there that like to charge a lot for not very much, or just plain like rip people off. There's also another aspect as well that I will be putting on here that does get a little bit of a bad rep as well, but obviously if you're doing it right, if you're doing it fair, if you're doing it well, then you have nothing to worry about. So before you just go ahead and strap together a course, this is why I put it on the mid tier. You need to have been selling on Amazon for, I would say, to make a decent course, you need to have been selling on Amazon for at least a year, and then also done research into like what people need to know, what people want to know. Like, you need to have gone through a few troubles yourself so you know how to overcome them, so that way you know exactly what you're talking about when people go, oh, I've run into this issue, it seems quite common, like how do I solve it? If you've not run into that issue, you can't help them, and therefore that's less value that you're able to provide. Your courses need to be like rammed full of value, especially if you're charging for them, which obviously you're going to be if of course you are planning to make additional income streams. If you're going to charge people for it, it's got to be worth the money that they paid for it, okay? You have to put yourself in their shoes, think about what it is that they need. What would you think is valuable? Like, honestly, what would you think is valuable? What would you want to learn? You could do all manner of courses. You could basically do like Amazon Start ones. There's loads of those out there, but you know, you could do that. You could specialize in a certain topic area of Amazon. So it could be it could be advertisements, it could be wholesale, it could be private label. You know, that you could just specialize in a subject. You could do multiple courses. You know, and it's all about you learning as well. Like, you need to make it your aim to be like the source of the knowledge, and have it all in a nice structured way. Just make a good course. So that is something that you could consider. That something that goes hand in hand quite often with courses is my next point, which is this one. Mentoring. Now, you're basically teaching people. Understandably, mentoring isn't always an option because it's obviously a time thing. And you need to then decide, you know, how big your student base is going to be, how much time you're going to devote to people, and of course you need to make sure that you are charging people fairly and justly for your time. Like, if it's a half an hour session with you, don't be charging them like an absolutely ridiculous amount that just doesn't make any sense. You will go a lot further with fairer pricing on the products that you are offering. So mentoring. Of course, mentoring, you are applying the same things as you are with courses. You need to actually have knowledge, which is why I would say you need at least, probably for mentoring, at least a year or two under your belt, so you can get people to that very same level that you are at with hardly any bumps in the road, because you've been through the bumps in the road. So you need to have a plan drawn out for people, really provide them that value. As I say, it's all about value. It's all about what's in it for the person that is becoming your student. Like, where is it that you want to get them? With these things, you do need to have a drive to see other people succeed as well. So, you know, that's just another way that you can make a bit of money whilst being in the Amazon area. Let's now move on to our next one. You could have a group. You can have a group. So when I say group, it can be a Facebook group, it can be a Discord group. I think those are the main two that Amazon sellers use these days. It could be Telegram, could be another form of group, but as I say, Facebook and Discord are the two most common ones that I come across. So this group, the way that you would monetize this is you could potentially offer some form of like special videos or courses or mentoring as part of like being in the group. It could be that you have a free group, and attached to that you've got like a subscription section where like people will obviously sign up and they will get some like exclusive content, exclusive mentoring and so forth. Obviously you need to think about the value, time and so forth, so maybe you want to limit that. If you aren't limiting that, then you need to make sure that there's enough resources to go around it. It's going to be worth people's money. Obviously, thinking of fair pricing as well. There's lots of different ways that you can monetize stuff in a group that you run. And that also links very well to the affiliate thing. In fact, affiliate relates very well to all of everything that I've written down so far. If you're mentoring, you can recommend a software that you're going to be using together. You give them your affiliate link. With courses as well, you might do a video where you show a software or something. You can put your affiliate link for whatever it is in there. And the last thing that I would put on the mid, although I would say this one is kind of like mid-high, we could do this. VA mentoring, okay? So not only could you teach people how to sell on Amazon, you could train up virtual assistants, okay? Now, this one, I would say that this is like a mid-high kind of thing. I wouldn't really put this at the same level as any of these other bits on like the mid-tier section, because I would say that there's a bit more entailed in like VA mentoring. So you have to get someone to a very good level in terms of their Amazon knowledge, in terms of sourcing and analyzing. You need to have those. Basically, you need to have those skills yourself to impart on people that want to become virtual assistants. Now, with this, what goes hand in hand with this is some people start a VA agency, so they basically train up virtual assistants for other people to then hire from you, and you just have that agency. And so, yeah, there's a lot more entailed in VA mentoring, but it's definitely something that you could do. Yeah. Let's move on to the higher tier stuff. Now, this I'm talking about like when you are at a super advanced level selling on Amazon. So there's two that kind of go hand in hand. So I'm just going to write them both down at the same time. Something stuck to the pen, which is great. So it's kind of made the writing a little bit weird. Okay. So you could potentially open up a warehouse for storage, for prep, or both. More people tend to get into the prep side of things, but to be honest, there isn't a massive difference between that and storage. So like, for example, some people don't want their home clogged full of Amazon stuff. They want to be able to just order stuff to a facility where the stuff can be received and stored. And, you know, the reason why this often goes hand in hand with prep is because for many sellers out there, they're not going to see too much value in just having their stuff stored. Because obviously things need prepping as well and then sending to Amazon. It might be better for people that are maybe ordering a load of stuff in that they aren't planning to touch till closer to Q4 time. So that's where it can work, but often it works best when it's together. When it's focused on prep, that tends to be the better way, because obviously people order to the warehouse, it gets prep sent off to Amazon. That's why prep is the more popular one, because as I say, there's not as many people that are just wanting their stuff stored, full stop. So, yeah, you could potentially open up a warehouse. You could potentially just get into property and buy yourself a warehouse, or go through everything you need to go through in order to build one. Then you rent that out to people and they can do whatever they want with it. It might not even be in an Amazon sense, but, you know, getting into warehousey type stuff, that could be something. The last point as well is this one. You could get into the software game. Now, obviously, tools like ours, built by Amazon sellers for Amazon sellers. Software isn't easy. There's a lot of rules you have to comply with on Amazon's part in general. There's way more to it than anything else I've written down on this board. So that's why I've put it at the very, very top. It could potentially be something that you get into. I don't know. Not many people do, hence why there aren't a billion zillion Amazon softwares out there. But yeah, it is a possibility on here. It's any possibility. But obviously, a lot of people will kind of draw the line right here. They'll just do the low and mid stuff. And to be fair, that's good enough. That's plenty of income streams here. And like, if you do affiliate marketing and content creation very well, you could stick with these and make a ton of money off of it. These are like bonuses. If you do these really well, maybe you'll do all of this really well. I don't know, but basically you can do lots more on Amazon beyond just selling. And this is just an insight into a bunch of the main things. There's definitely other ways that you can make money in the Amazon area beyond just what I've written down there. But hopefully this hopefully inspires you to go ahead and do some of these things. If you aren't an affiliate, become an affiliate. Make a bit of content. Or if you don't want to do content, maybe it is that you just keep everything in like a group or something like that. Or you build a course in your own time. Obviously, trying to push a course without having like a platform is going to be very hard to do. And, a lot of people aren't going to trust that. So there's some things that do go hand in hand that also need to go hand in hand. So have a think, weigh it up. Hopefully this has opened you up to a lot of other possibilities for you and your business and other ways that you can make money. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.